Okey, merhaba arkadaşlar. Bugün nereye gidiyoruz Sofi?
Havacılık Müzesi. Ya, Hava ve Uzay Müzesi.
Bakayım, ben unuttum Sofi.
Hava ve Uzay Müzesi.
Hava ve Uzay Müzesi'ne gidiyoruz.
Merhaba, hola, aquí Sofía me reporto. Hoy vamos a ir, hoy vamos a aventurear. Vamos a ir a un lugar para mostrarle a nuestros nuevos amigos de Francia y Dinamarca el Museo del Espacio Abierto. Este es el conductor, el chofer. Ella es aquí la modelo. Aquí.
Sí, Calvin Klein también es sponsor.
Ajá, sponsor, ajá. Aquí tenemos a uno de nuestros turistas. Se llama Elon.
Hello guys, je commence en français du coup. So in English now. So my name is Ilan. I'm from France, from a city called Angers, and I'm an exchange student in America since a year now. And we're staying with this family for a week to visit DC and do stuff, I guess.
Hej, mit navn er Jakob. Jeg er fra Danmark. Og jeg har også været udvekslingsstudent her i et år nu. So my name is Jacob. I'm from Denmark and I'm also an exchange student. And I live together with Ilan. And I have a really good time in America. It's really nice. Nice people, nice country. Yeah, I like it here.
Here's the airport. This one is Dallas Airport. Yeah, the international one. So this is where we're going to go a week later. And then here's the entrance for the National Aerospace Museum.
Evet, devam et Sofi.
Aquí vamos a entrar. Ajá, aquí nuestro chofer se equivocó y entró en la parte donde no tenía que entrar. Por eso, entramos en la sección de los buses, nosotros somos un carro. Me está corrigiendo. No. ¿En serio?
No, ya sí dije.
Ok, estamos llegando al Museo del Oro. Mentira. Airspace Museum. Welcome back. Ya. Okay, aquí estamos en la sección del militar moderno, como dice ahí. Todos estos aviones son de verdad, no son falsos y fueron utilizados para el militar. Gracias.
Çok.
Okay,
Okey canım.
no, aquí dice.
Okey. Arkadaşlar bugün Ulusal Hava ve Uzay Müzesi'ne geldik. Size böyle sadece göstereceğim, böyle çok konuşmalı bir şey olmayacak. Sadece resimler ve videolar ile ortamı keşfedebileceksiniz. Ama güzel. Her şey gerçek burada. Maket falan değil, haberiniz olsun. Hepinize iyi gezintiler diliyorum. Arada bir konuşabilirim yani. Arada bir.
So this is a pig bank, but it's not a piggy. It's a spaceship. So we put a lot of money here for donations. That's what you do. You support fuels our mission. That's what it says there. So as you can see here, you can see the astronauts traje, no sé cómo decirlo en inglés. Let's go for the McDonnell. McDonnell. Oh. making a video about the ship shuttle. Do you mind if you talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about it.
Yeah. So do you mind if I record you?
Oh, no.
Okay. Here you go.
Hi, this is I'm a volunteer docent here at Udvar-Hazy, and I'm here with the Space Shuttle Discovery. The Space Shuttle Discovery is one of only 5 that were in the space, and only 3 of them left. So it's very unique to come here and see the Discovery. There's one down in Florida at the Atlantis at Cape Canaveral, and there's a 3rd one out at Endeavor out in Los Angeles. But the Discovery is the champion of the fleet. It flew 39 missions, flew 5,800 orbits, approximately 148 million miles. It was in space for a total of 365 days. So over 250 different crewmen went on board into space on board the Discovery. Eileen Collins, the first female commander, commanded the Discovery. So it's a beautiful machine. As you see, it's like the 70s technology. The first one was delivered in 1976. The Discovery was the 4th one that was built, and it's a very our creator calls it the champion of the fleet because it's done the most missions, the most everything. It delivered the Hubble Space Telescope. It did 3 of the 5 Hubble repair missions. First to return to flight after the Challenger and the Columbia accidents. So just so many different things that it's done that the other shuttles hadn't done. Other things that's unique about it, visitors often ask us about our way it looks, all the tiles on it. The tiles are part of the thermal protection system. There's 3 different components. There's the black and the white tiles. There's the blankets you see on the side over here. And it depends on what they are, where they're at. So the tiles are ceramic. They're made out of pure quartz silicon, basically desert sand. They mix it with some other chemicals. They make it into a slurry, turn it into a big vat, and they bake it in the world's largest microwave oven out in Sunnyvale, California. It comes out in a great big block, about the size of a refrigerator, and they cut the tiles out of that block. Individual tile could be anywhere from a 1/2 inch to 4.5 inches thick, depending where it is on this shuttle. You can see some tiles back on the back, white there. The white tile can handle temperatures 1,350 degrees Fahrenheit. So areas of the shuttle, when it comes back into Earth's atmosphere, it's going to get more heat, more pressure. They coat them again. They bake it in a regular oven. It gives them a glass finish, and it turns them black. And the black tiles are handle temperatures 2,750 degrees Fahrenheit. So when I say more pressure, more heat, maybe you can see here, this is an artist's conception of what it looks like when it comes back into Earth's atmosphere. Generates lots and lots of heat, about 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So it needs to be able to have that protection for a short period of time until they get down into Earth's atmosphere. Cooler, more dense atmosphere, it cools down. So they don't have to do it all the time. And the tiles on the side, and the black tiles weigh more. So that's why they only put them where they absolutely need them. You can see back on the ohms pod, back in the back, there are white tiles and just a little bit of a spot of the black tiles. That's because the air, as it comes over the wing, curves across. You see the little bend there in the wing, and it hits that one spot. So you just put the tiles right where they need them there. So the tiles are ceramic. They, like any ceramic, they can soak up a little moisture. They get moisture around them. So if they bring the shuttle out to the launch pad for a day or 2 before they launch, it gets a rain shower. They run the risk of water getting in the tile or around the tile. So the little circle you see on the tile is where a technician needs to use a needless air gun before every single mission, and they inject the tile with a water repellent. So not a fun job, of course. So you can see there's over 24,000 tiles on the Discovery. 80% of them, original tiles, are on board for all 39 missions. But you can see some replacement tiles here on the leading edge of the wheel well here. You can see there's a new tile right there, and there's the older tile. And there's the 3 spots where the technician would take his needless air gun and put it here and put it there and there and put it. So the newer tile doesn't have that. And the reason is that it wasn't a fun job. The water repellent was toxic, so you had to put on a hazmat suit, and it's hard to keep track of everything. So they invented a robot. And the robot kept track of how far he was from the nose, back, and how up from the keel. And now see, I'm in front of tile number 2, and put my nozzle there and squirt, put my nozzle there and squirt, put my nozzle there and squirt. So I didn't need that circle. And that big number that you see on every tile, even the new tiles, the first part of the number tells it what block it came from. So maybe they'll cut 100 tiles out of one block, maybe they'll only cut 50. But if they see one going bad, they'll say what other tiles were cut from that same block. and they'll go and check those to make sure that they're okay. And then the rest of the number tells it what computer program it pattern to pull out to cut the new tile.
So how often do they do the maintenance?
How soon do they do the maintenance? Well, they start it right after they come back from a mission. So, and it takes them originally, they were going to have 3 shuttles, and they were going to fly them like airlines. So they were going to say every shuttle will fly every 3rd month. So quick turnaround and back up into space. And that's one of the things at Discovery. It's the only shuttle that flew 4 missions in a calendar year. In 1985, it actually flew 4 missions. So after that, they had the Challenger accident in 1996, and they realized we need to inspect them a little closer. We need to prep them better. So that's why they stopped doing that. So it could take a couple months. It just depends on what needed to be done to do it. But it did take a long time to do it. Each of the shuttles had their own hangar down in Florida, so they could keep them indoors where they're working on them.
So can you tell us why is the spaceship here? Like, how did it, finish the job and then became part of the museum?
So here's a picture of the Space Shuttle Discovery as it came into Dulles International Airport. They brought it in here. And they wanted to keep the 3 that had been into space, put them in the museums where people can see them. And the reason kind of a twofold mission why they are museums and not being used anymore. First, they're very expensive to buy and build. And with all the maintenance they're required, they're very expensive to fly. Cost about $750 million a flight. So really expensive. But beyond that, I like to tell people, I live here in Chantilly, Virginia. I work downtown in D.C., and it's a bad commute. Takes a long time to get there, a lot of traffic. So I told my wife, we've lived here in Chantilly for a couple years. Let's buy a lot up in the mountains up here in Shenandoah, and we can build a little cabin there, and we can go there on the weekends and get away from the crowd. So she says we'd do that. So we bought a lot, and we make plans to build a cabin. So I figure I need 1,000 2x4s to frame my cabin. I go to the only lumber yard there in Front Royal, and I say I need 1,000 2x4s, and the lumber yard owner says, that's great, I'd love to have that, they're $10 a piece. And I say, wait, in Chantilly where I live, there's Lowe's, Home Depot, they sell them for $1 a piece. So he says, so go to Chantilly and buy them. Well, I'll show him, I will. So I go in and I tell him I'm going to buy 1,000 2x4s. What's your best price? It's $1, whether you buy 1 or you buy 1,000 of them. And I said, I want 1,000. The guy says, you got a truck? And I said, no, I got my car. He said, well, you can probably only take maybe 5 or 10 of them at a time. So I take that. And after 30 2x4s, I've been to the cabin lot 3 times, and it's a long way out there. So I tell my wife, I'd like to buy a pickup truck. So she says, okay, pickup truck, it'll help us build a cabin. So I buy a pickup truck, and now I can take 100 2x4s out there at a time. But when I deliver the first 100, I don't take the truck and throw it off a cliff and buy a new truck. I use it over and over again. So that's the idea of the space shuttle. It's a big truck that you use big things in space over and over, things like components of the International Space Station. So they got done with the space station. I got my cabin built. My wife says, that beat-up pickup truck sits out front of my cabin now. It costs us a lot of money, and needs repairs, and needs insurance. I don't want it anymore. So I don't have a pickup truck, and NASA doesn't use the shuttle anymore. Too expensive, and its primary job was done. So.
Well, thank you so much for your help. And
Where are you guys visiting from?
so he's from Turkey, and I live here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your explanation. It was very helpful.
I hope you just use that for yourself. You don't post
Yeah,
it on
we
YouTube.
will. We will. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
So, as he was saying, it was very, very expensive to maintain this. So that's why they just donated to the space museum. But yeah, look how big it is.
Zaten bu adam bu uçak hakkında bu uçak, Jody plane ama duyuyor.
Doğru.
dur espera. Zaten bu adam bu uçak hakkındaki bütün bilgileri verdi. Yani bizim daha fazla konuşmamıza gerek yok.
Doğru.
Si.
Evet.
Şimdi yukarıdan bakıyoruz.
Ha?
Şimdi
Şimdi
yukarıdan
yukarılar.
bakıyoruz. Bakacağız.
Bakacağız.
Ciao.
Kanalı bir. beğenmeyi, unutmayın. Kanalımı takip etmeyi unutmayın. So it's called the Cold War because they were ready to fight with multiple countries, but nothing happened. So they were making sure they have like missiles and stuff like that in each country, so they can attack to each other. But in reality, nothing happened. So that's why it's called the Cold War. It's really interesting to see all this. But yeah, anyways, follow me to watch more.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Kanalımı takip edin. Kanalımı takip edin. Yes.
Anyways, follow me to watch more.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Merhaba arkadaşlar. Ben Utakon. Hazır mısınız uçmaya?
Yeah. Okay, so this one, it's called Boeing CB2, Cargo Air Vehicle. Yeah. Oh, this is my plane. I drive it. I like to go to the bar sometimes and drive it and hang out with my friends. Bye. Okay, so we're here with
Ilan,
and
Jacob.
so I'm gonna ask you just a first question. How was the museum?
was really fun. There was a lot of things. The air shuttle was really impressive.
What do you think?
It was really cool. A lot of nice planes and yeah, very cool.
What was your favorite part?
The space shuttle. It was very cool.
Okay, so Elon bought this and he wants to try it. Can you tell us what it is?
It's a freeze-dried cookie and cream ice cream sandwich. It's like astronaut food, I guess.
Okay.
So we're gonna try. We'll see if it's good. Should I open it? Seems like that. It looks like that. Oh. It's really dry. I don't know if you can tell. It's really dry. Like. All right. Let's see. I mean, it's kind of like cardboard actually, but it tastes good. That's all right. It's a 6 out of 10.
It's 6 out of 10.
Yeah. You wanna try? Yeah. Try it.
I'm gonna break it. I'll just bite it.
ASMR.
Oh my god.
It's like cardboard.
Cardboard.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Does someone else want to try?
Sure, I can try. You don't mind if I just bite into
No,
it?
go ahead.
Let me see.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad. That's a validation for me.
So it's real a dry ice cream. That is good. A real tasty ice cream, right?
Cookie and cream.
With the cracker.
Yeah, that's good.
I get it. Thank you.
Ahora, ¿qué piensas del museo?
El museo fue fantástico. Ya he venido como unas 7 veces y cada vez me parece bastante interesante, cada vez descubro más cosas. Es agradable, es un sitio muy bonito y lo bueno de todo es que es gratis.
Kanalımı takip etmeyi unutmayın. We have found Calvin Klein.
Bu videonun da sonuna geldik arkadaşlar. Bir sonraki videomuzda görüşmek üzere. Kanalımıza abone olmayı unutmayınız.
Görüşürüz.
Görüşürüz.
Okay, gracias por ver Hembras video.
Hadi, görüşürüz. Güle güle.
Ok, adiós, bye.